Hi everyone. So we're having this meetup at Calgary Library. And so this is what we're going through today. And you see there's people are coming to the room, and we have about 30-40 people going to show up today. And some of the topics today is how do you negotiate and make great offers. So we're gonna have like tons of networking. We're gonna have 30-40 people today, and you see the room is filling up. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna be spending a lot of time and then talk about how do you create networks, and then eventually we're gonna have a panel. So stay tuned, and so we're gonna keep doing this for the whole 2 hours, okay? How's everyone doing?
One property manager running, you know, you're not paying like $40.
Right.
Wow, it's a work for people. Steve coming. Leo, come. How are you doing?
Also, China. I didn't come to the last one, but I've been to a couple prior to that. I think you'll be impressed. Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah.
So, yes.
No, so first meetup? Yeah. So you're just getting here. Good. So I feel a bit more comfortable. Good, yeah. So do you live in Calgary? Yeah, and are you learning right now? No, I live in Okay, good, yeah. That's a good way to save up. Yeah, that's what I find out to save up. When I was younger, I was renting and then just to my parents' home to save up. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I was in school. I was renting and back to my parents' been working, saving up some money. So I was looking to use some investment. Good for you. What
How everyone? How are you doing?
I did that. Me too. Yeah, no, yeah. So you see? No, I went to Ontario. Ontario.
So let's get started.
University.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I'm Howard. That's a lot of, I think that's a lot of new faces. Ryan. Oh yeah, good. Ryan's here. I expect you bigger. I'm sorry. The reason I'm saying because he's a trainer, good trainer, right? That's not an excuse. I think that's the excuse. But thank you for coming, guys. I'm Howard Lau. I'm the meetup host of this group. And so the meetups you're doing here today is we do it every second Saturday at 1 o'clock. And I apologize for the day because I haven't bought the libraries yet, so they don't allow me to go 1 p.m. So we have to change the time to 1:30. Here we are. We see a lot of new faces, so just gonna give you a rundown a little bit of how we're gonna do it. We're gonna be doing it in a really interactive way, and that's how I always want to do it, and I always will be. So my company is Hate to Break. The meetup is called the #1 high net worth group, and we invest in apartments in the U.S. And show of hands, like, who would love investing in real estate? Good, I like that. Who would love to invest in properties that can cash flow? You guys are so smart. So we have this meetups on basically set up in the whole year fashion that we're going to go through the topics from the beginning of how do you find a deal, how do you find a deal, how to do the market research, how do you find the deals, and then network, and how do you do due diligence, how do you create your teams and find the monies. And the end, basically, we want to set up such a way that from the beginning to the end, that we're going to give you a dose of 2 hours, including the network, including the networking, the margins. At the end of the day, we want you to have an idea how do you buy apartments in the United States. Is it cool? That's the idea of that. Who is first time come here? Stay. Okay. Okay. So it's about 40%. Okay. Who has come here the second time? Third. Stay. Okay. Thanks for coming, guys. I know when I'm not hosting my meetups, I'd rather go somewhere else on a Saturday 1:30. So I know that your time is really precious. And thanks for taking time. I want to let you know, it's not only about coming here, it's also about exchanging contact. So I see a lot of people coming here first time. So the way that I set it up is we're going to have a lot of networking. If you don't want networking, you don't want to talk about yourself, that's fine. But I think as real estate investors, you always want to build your network. And that's my goals of building this meetup group, is because I want the group so that eventually, actually, starting from today right now, I want you guys to be able to talk to other people. Tony will be able to talk to Dan over there, and Russell can be able to talk to Tyler or Leo at the back. So that's kind of the intent. And I set up that way, is have a lot of networking. And today you see this is 2 chairs, there's only 1 chair. But later on we're gonna have a Blake, and we're gonna have Brandon stand here, I'll talk here, and we're gonna have a little panel. So I'm gonna mix up a little bit of that during the the meetups over the years, is because I want to do it in a variety of questions. So I talked about this. We already go through how to select the emerging market, doing marketing campaign to attract the deals, creating a super teams, analyzing the deals. Who meets those 4 already? The newcomers, right? That's okay. But my idea is this, you can't wait for everyone. You have to start somewhere. Just like investing in real estate. Who is the first time investors in real estate? Show of hands. You can't wait for everyone. You have to start doing something. And that's the idea of, you always have to keep moving. And people told me, it's like, oh, you're gonna be having a meeting in the summers. I was worried about that too, people may not come. But you know what? You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna push it. And my idea is I want to have this meetup group so that it's so big that it will run by itself. What I mean by that is that people keep going. And then we're going to go through, today we're going to talk about negotiations and making offers, like Flo, we're all here. And next one is really very important. It's about due diligence. I love it because due diligence is basically one single thing that, you have to be really, really good at. And when we talk about due diligence, we're going to talk about three types of due diligence. By show of hands, what are the 3 types of due diligence?
Financial.
Good.
Financial.
Yeah. You want a book? You want a book?
Book of what?
You have this?
No?
Okay.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Let me try and do this. Oh, there you go. See, the people participate more. What is the second one?
Physical diligence on the property, what physical condition is it in?
Yeah, physical. Sorry, say that again.
The physical condition of the property, is it?
Yes,
structured?
exactly. Yes. You want this one?
Absolutely.
Yes. This is, see?
I don't even know what the question is.
You're 3, right?
Yes.
So you're
So you have financial and your physical was last one.
Is it legal?
Oh. So you have this one?
I read Rich Dad. Can I do your book?
Yeah, of course. This one? You have
Yes,
this one?
please.
Okay.
I haven't read that one. Thank you.
Oh yes. So what is so we're not going to talk about it today, but those are the 3 things. We talk about physical, legal, and financial. What is the most important one? Which one? The back.
All of them.
Exactly. All of that is really important. You can't miss it. And then we're going to talk about financing your buy. And financing your buy is very important, I think personally, because no matter what you're going to buy, you need money. So you're going to find 2 parts of the financials. What is the 2 things that you need, 2 parts of the financials when I say that? 2 main parts. Leo.
So your down payment and your lender?
Wow. I'm not going to give you 2 both. You have this one?
I have that one.
You have that one. You have this one?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I think I have this
You
one.
have this one? You guys are too picky, man. Okay. Yes, so you're going to need the 2 parts of the world. Basically, you need private money if you're not going to be... when we are trying to invest in real estate, look at all these companies. They have billions or millions of assets. They don't put up all the equity for themselves. So you have to be able to help to market yourself. So the number 2 here, when I say marketing campaign, is even though it say that is such a way that at the beginning I put it in such a way that marketing is basically attracting the deals. But you also need to understand that when you as a real estate investors, you need to be able to attract the money that's coming to you. And I don't mean it in a bad way. Because you know what? Passive investor will invest with investor, have credibility, have the track record all day long. And that's all they do. Because like, who invests in RSP in some sort of REITs or something like that? You are a passively investor, right? You don't see exactly what property you're buying if you invest in REIT. but you invest in that. So why you invest in that? Why like so Ryan, why you invest in REITs?
Sorry?
Yeah, why?
Sorry.
Why do you invest in mutual fund or REITs? Do you trust that company? Do you think they're going to give
Well,
you
you
some
think
return?
you do. I don't know. Yeah, the insurance guy coming up says all you need to, I don't know. You trust him, he builds that trust, and then you yeah, sure, here, take care of my money and watch it grow.
Yes. So you trust them because they build credibility. And I'll go back to the marketing campaign. By show of hands, who come here the first time again? I want to see that. Okay, keep the hands up. Who come here because of meetups? Or meetup.com. How about Manny? You can take some pictures for me.
Yeah.
And thank you, Manny. And then how about Facebook ads? I do love Facebook ads. And the reason I do this is because no matter what you do, you have to do marketing. Marketing is such an important thing. Earlier beginnings, I talked to Monica, like, what is it? What do you call marketing? What do you call marketing? Everything. That's right. It's the lifeblood of your business. Yes, exactly. Yes. If you don't do marketing, or you think marketing costs money, think about the other way, or like you try the other way. You'll be feeling like hitting your wall all the time on the wall, like your head on the wall, because you're not going anywhere. And then, pseudo deals. You say that pseudo deal is really easy. Who had global flow closing, like multi-family closing? By show of hands. How about single family? Who have global flow closing from single families or like big projects? Do you think it's easy, Sam? No. It can be a lot of work. You can be closing and you don't have the money lined up. You can be going through month extensions, and so that's why I put it up there. So finding the market, doing a marketing campaign, creating a super team, analyzing the deals, doing like learn how to negotiate and making offers, doing the diligence, financing your buy, and close the deal. So that's why I set up the whole year of programs just for me. This meetup every second Saturday on 1 to 3. We're going to go through all the steps, and we are on the number 5 today. Just so that you guys know where we are at. And I don't change it because it's summer, because I think it's a good values here. I think you guys should keep coming. If you want to learn about due diligence, keep coming. If you miss some of the things, talk to me, because I'm actually, what I'm doing here, I'm doing some sort of like workshops later on this year. So it's workshops so that it's not going to be 2 hours, it's going to be like 2 days. Like, if it's only 2 hours, it's most and then divided it into half and half. It's really hard for you guys to get any values, even though I packed it, but the thing is, it's really hard to actually learn any one step specifically if you don't have like at least a day or 2. So that's what I'm doing. Are we good? Good. So this is just basically is a graph, basically showing you how to select. Basically, the process is like this, right? It's a kind of clockwise. So it's a clockwise. So starting marketing campaign, all the way creating a team, analyzing deals, submitting offers for you right here today, due diligence, financing your buy, and pseudo deals. Housekeeping. Mandy's asked me to do this. So we are doing Facebook Live over there. It's just my way of doing marketing. I'm not ashamed for that, because that's you have to do marketing. And we're taking pictures on meetups. I get in the troubles earlier beginning of the meetups. One lady told me that I'm not going to be posting a picture. I delete that. So I'm doing this. Most people doesn't have a problem. So if you're cool, we can start. So I'll talk about the boot camps. We're going to have 4 boot camps this year. Because, again, I said that 2 hours is really hard for you to actually learn anything. So the first boot camp I'm going to have is finding deals in merchant market. We're going to have September. If you guys want to learn about that, let me know. And then, second one is just going to be talk about marketing. We talk about marketing, all this. So the books with me, with Brian Tracy, and the books with me with James Malachak, and my coaching programs here is all about marketing. Because to be honest, if I don't put any marketing, you guys will not hear from me. It doesn't matter what kind of product I have. And then we can talk about money raising. Who want to learn about how to raise money? the right innings. This is the last one. So this is the video I did from the last meetups. Try to play. So I think the biggest thing that I'm looking at for people who join my meetup is I want to provide
It's example of
value,
marketing.
and that's always the prevailing theme of my meetups is I want to provide a lot of values not only in education but also in creating your own network. Because in real estate, if you don't have a network, it's really tough. And if you start from nothing, just like us, just like me, you're gonna need a lot of people to help you. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Eventually figured out, you know what, the barrier to invest in real estate is just such a high thing, and we decided that we're gonna make this meetup for normal everyday people who can join us free of charge and just enjoy like 2 hours of like networking, 2 hours of like knowledge crunching, and then we're just share a lot of information. So the reason why we create this meetup is for you, for people that who doesn't have necessarily the knowledge, the networks, and we come here and we share a lot of things, and it's gonna be wonderful. So that's why you have to come. The 8 steps of buying multifamily, from like how do you find a deal, how do you research the market, how do you create a relationship with the broker, how do you raise the money, how do you find a product that cash flow. So we go into the meetup events that you should be coming. If you're watching this video, we are having this exactly at 1 to 3 p.m. on this meetup. We're going to share a lot of values. We're going to have a lot of networking with over 30 to 40 people every second Saturday on a monthly basis. So come join me. If you want to learn about multifamily for free meetups, this is the place you need to be. Who's in this video? Who thinks it's good marketing? The truth is I don't do it myself. Right? I can do it myself. So when I say that, why I'm showing you this video is one example of when I say that you have to do marketing. You have to do marketing. Marketing costs money, but you're going to do it or you don't. Right? So that's the point in time of this. So I say that we're going to be making it really interactive. There's a lot of people who come in here first time, second times. I do it all the time, by the way. I want you guys to get to know the other part of the room. Because we're only here for a couple hours. The truth is, you're not going to meet every single one. But I'm going to ask you guys to do this 30 seconds. Kind of give you guys a chance to sell yourself. Think about that, right? I'm selling myself. There's no mistake about that. But if you want to sell yourself, if you want to talk about yourself, if you're an investor, you have to partner with other people to do deals. You need to be able to sell yourself shamelessly. So 30 seconds for the first time, come here. I want you to talk about what's your name, who you are. If you stand up, that's good. If you don't stand up, that's fine. Talk about what brings you here, meetups, ads, and 100 kilobars. Second time here, I want you to talk about a little bit more about yourself. You can go over a little bit, but I want to keep it a little on 30 seconds. What have you achieved the most this year? So, Victor, you want to start first?
Sure. This is my second time here.
Okay.
Most proud achievement in 2019. I'd say it's been a big steep learning curve this year, so I feel I'm just embracing the learning curve at our business through interacting with our customers and whatnot. That's been a real steep learning curve in itself. So our whole team learning together, I think that is a big achievement in its own.
What's your business?
We're in the automotive customizing business.
Cool.
So, and also selling about here. So.
Can I imagine why you come here, even though you are automotive business owner, why you come here?
Well-
It's sort of different from what your main business is.
Well, it's, you know, myself and a few other friends are partners in there. And, you know, it's a good chance to diversify, you know, that multiple stream of income.
I hope that brings some value to you guys.
Yeah, so this is exactly why I'm here for that. So, you know, myself and my friends know the automotive business really well, but I'm here to learn about the real estate world. And if I'm able to help anyone else about automotive, please ask me.
Whoever needs to fix that car, here you go. Thank you, thank you. Jody?
My name is Josie. I am not in the real estate industry, but I'm hoping to learn more. I want to get out of the rat race of going to work every day and live off passive income of multiple properties. So that's my end goal. I'm here to learn more about how to obtain apartment buildings, plazas, whatever necessary, and the steps to do that.
Hi everyone, my name is Wei. This is my first time actually is Howard sending email to invite me here. I got my first property actually 2017, and then since then I got a couple properties, and then I'm kind of in a roadblock here. I'm thinking to buy my first multifamily, but it seems like I'm kind of hesitate. I don't know if I can do that. So I said to buy my first multifamily in 2 years, but I don't know if that's too ambitious or not, but I'm here to learn. My specialty is work permit, immigration stuff, so if someone has those type of questions, they come and ask me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Scott. This is my 4th time here, I believe.
Yes.
Achievement in 2019. Probably the last couple of months was everything I learned from self-managing. So I have a property, and it was time for the lease to be up, and my tenant came to me a month early and said, okay, I'm leaving soon. And so just dealing with that, and the next tenant, and actually the tenant after that. So there was a lot of learning going on in the last 2 months, and I feel better whenever that kind of thing happens.
You feel broke,
You know,
right?
it sucks at the time, but like
It's always
just on
that.
the new
It's
lease
always
and
that.
everything's great. So, yeah,
Thanks, God.
good to see everybody again.
Hi everyone, my name is Phil. I'm an engineering U grad. Just trying to establish something that'll complement my career.
What kind of engineering?
Petroleum.
Okay.
So trying to establish cash flowing real estate portfolio. And just looking and researching in Calgary, I found it a little bit difficult. So I like the topic here and the sort of strategies.
Yeah. We focus on US is primarily because of if anyone searching is like, you know, you'd be like to find $150 in Calgary, getting like 800 or even a K of rent. When I go in US, like, you know, I repeat this every time because there's newcomers here. You can find properties that is the 150,000. Forget about the US, Canadian commercial. We're talking about ratios here, right? You talk about you can able to find 25 to 30,000 per door. Rent is $500. Just ratios, right? This is one like 5 times or 6 times the price tag, and come on, Evan. And then 2 times the rent, right? And you don't. You're a petroleum engineer. I'm an engineer too, so
Yeah,
it's just ratios, right? So it's just simple.
it's all numbers.
Welcome you,
Thanks.
You go.
Hi, I'm Lisa, it's my first time here, work in the transportation industry, have one property with 3 doors in it in Victoria, which miraculously is cash flowing, without its headaches to get it there. Most proud achievement last year was taking a course on investing in commercial real estate. Wasn't a great course, but I took what I learned. Took one at an 8-plex up in Red Deer. Great learning property. It had zoning problems, it had legal problems, occupancy backing out was the best possible thing to do with it, so I would say it was a success and that it was a great learning experience, and I didn't lose my shirt on a property I shouldn't have bought, so yeah, that was 2018-19.
And how do you heard about me? How heard about this?
Just looking for meetup groups in Calgary, 'cause I've been going for this investment ones, trying to figure out where my niche is, and I wanted to get into multifamily, so this was kind of an
From the
obvious
right place.
place
Yes.
to give it a try.
Yeah. Thank you, Colin.
Name tag?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not that good.
Karsten.
Carsten.
I'm a commercial real estate agent with Liaison Associates. So we do all sorts of commercial real estate. We do multifamily developments. We're working on a big deal right now, and you're going to see a new phase of Calgary skyline. And yeah, I'm just getting into multifamily investment myself, but focus on commercial.
Which brokerage?
Liaison and Associates.
Okay.
We're based out of Edmonton, but we're expanded into Calgary now.
Welcome. Thanks.
I'm Matt with Aspro Real Estate Services. I think my proudest achievements in 2019 would be I have 2 flips on the go and 1 30-unit apartment building in Winnipeg. So it's been a pretty good year so far. So.
How much is cash flow in that about 30 units? Just curious.
Like I said, I'm not too sure yet. What happened was my money partners kind of brought it to us, and we're just the working partners. So I don't know all the details.
What's the play?
Hey?
What's the play that you do? Like, what's the strategies on that 30 units?
What's the strategies?
Mm-hmm.
All I know, like I said, it went on my desk, and the money people brought it to one of my partner's desks,
Yeah.
and they were just like, hey, we need somebody to renovate this and work it. So they're paying us by the hour to do the renos, so it's no loss in my pocket.
Are you a part of the managing partner?
Yeah.
That's very fantastic.
My name is Karam Khalil. I am a civil engineer, and I'm just trying to get into the investment.
First time here?
First time, yes. Yeah, and basically I heard about the event through Facebook. And I also knew Brandon and Blake, so they told me about this event today. So yeah.
Okay. Welcome.
My name is Jovan. This is about my 4th time here, and my greatest achievement. So this is actually our first year getting into real estate. So at this point, through the knowledge that we gained here, we're at the point of developing our team, and we're about to get into our first flip. So that is one of the amazing things about this meetup, and a lot of our networking here has led us to that. And that's where we're at. And personally, I help run a family contracting business, and I'm a pre-law graduate.
P-law?
Pre-law.
P-law?
Yeah.
Like law degree?
No, bachelor's pre-law, so I'm going to go into
Oh, that's great. We need more lawyers. In this room. That we can trust.
Hey everyone, my name is Robin. I'm an electrical engineer by degree, but I work as a software. Proudest moment in 2019, I reflipped basically my parents' old house, took it apart, fixed it up, did it again, and I got it on rent yesterday, so really happy about that. So learned all of that, so it's really good. And how did I hear about this meetup? Was because of Joe and I. And yeah, thank you.
Good to have you.
Hello, this is Danik Heskey. First time here.